Have the Tennessee Titans revealed that they're going to draft Shedeur Sanders first overall? And I'm referring to the fact that Mike Borgonzi, the new general manager, and previously head coach Brian Callahan have both spoken very highly of Sanders specifically and pointed out that they're not worried about his arm strength because he's so great at anticipating and placing the ball. Borgonzi's quote, "I think he has plenty of arm strength. Some of the anticipatory throws sometimes make up for that lack of arm strength." So, Ryan, I ask you, if you're the Tennessee Titans, are you drafting Shedeur Sanders first overall?
No, I'm not. If I'm taking a quarterback number one overall, I'm taking Cam Ward from Miami, and that's just going to be the end of the conversation for me because I understand what Mike Borgonzi is saying about the anticipatory nature of playing the quarterback position and being able to supplement potential lapses of arm strength or just average arm strength on the NFL level. But I am not drafting a number one overall pick for a floor. I am drafting them for their ceiling, ultimately, right? So if I have that first overall pick and I'm dead set on taking a quarterback, it's going to be Cam Ward for me personally.
I agree with you there. I think that Cam Ward, and we've already talked about this on this channel, we're very high on Cam Ward because he's got all the tools to stress defenses, and Shedeur Sanders can be a great starter. He's just not first overall pick quality, something that has been missed by a lot of position groups in discussions on who fits where in this class. But it also was said this week by Borgonzi that he's unsure what he's going to do with the first overall pick. And he also referenced the fact that he has been receiving phone calls from other teams and that there is interest being drummed up. The NFL Combine, we know this is going to only pick up more and more as teams are rubbing shoulders with one another. Ryan, do you believe that the Titans should trade out, or maybe they will trade out of this first overall spot?
I believe it to a degree. I think that this is always smokescreen season, right? I always joke about this, Joe, that you only believe about 17% of the things you hear in Combine. And obviously that's a ridiculously specific number because I'm making a bit of a joke, but also you can't believe nearly everything you hear during Combine week or just during this draft process perspective, right? Like you just cannot believe it all. I do believe that based on everything that we've heard so far from the Tennessee camp, I do think that they're driving up interest because they've talked about, hey, we're not going to force a quarterback. And now they're talking about, hey, quarterbacks are pretty interesting. They're trying to leave it super open-ended so that teams have to guess about, do they like that player? Do they like this player? Will that player fall to us? And then also putting out there that teams have called you about the number one pick. That is making other teams go, oh, man, we might not have to be a little bit aggressive here because people are trying to potentially move up. So I do think this is driving up interest. I ultimately think if you gave me a betting odds of today, do the Tennessee Titans select number one overall or do they trade back? I lean more towards them trading back potentially in this draft.
Yeah, we need to remember how early on we are in this entire cycle. I know that the draft is roughly 60 days away, but there's a lot that's going to happen over the next 2 months. This is the precursor for building up the buzz for trading out of the pick. I don't think the Titans want to make the selection the way that they've been extremely vocal about one specific player that could drum up the market for a trade up to first overall, like we just talked about with Shedeur Sanders, is a strong indicator as well. Folks, let us know in the comments, do you think that the Tennessee Titans are going to trade out? Do you want to see them draft Shedeur Sanders? Let us know below. Hit the like button if you enjoy tuning in and subscribe so you don't miss out, as we're going to be reacting to plenty of headlines coming from the NFL Combine this weekend.